following video contains the MP7 and a hefty amount of potato aim. Named items, exotics, and the shield are optional for this build, some say.
How are you doing so much damage?
1v1s, without skills? Yeah, we do that. Viewer discretion is advised.
Trauma detected.
Yo, you lagging? Nah! Yo, nah! Yo! You lagging! Damn!
Our series. Serious trauma detected. Medical assistance needed.
I'm here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Now first off, a massive shout out to the US boys and Chrucifi in those opening clips for the 1vs. I've never really tried 1v1s without skills before. I hear it is the cool thing to do in the US, so I'm basically a mad snake now that I can 1v1 without skills, right? Other than the CHATTERBOX, I don't really use SMGs. But with these guys' guidance and advice, I was really starting to get the hang of it. Now yes, this is an SMG build video, but I know that there's a lot of players out there that have their own opinions on the best way to make an SMG build. If you don't, then this build video will definitely be super helpful for you. But this is more of a build setup video that's going to be showcasing the MP7. And yes, the MP7 is a crazy good gun. It's a gun that I feel is super underused, yet is so powerful. It was a fave of mine in Div 1 and is now at the top of my list for Div 2. 60% crit hit chance up to 255% crit hit damage. And exotics and shield are completely optional. Will they benefit your build? Yes, of course they will. That's why I've got them on mine. But if you don't want to use them, then you don't have to. This setup will still shred. Do you have a build that showcases the MP7 in a different light? Or a build of another amazing gun or talent that no one's using? Let me and everyone else know in the comments below. Righto champs, before we get stuck in, welcome to all you beautiful creepy subscribers. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. Also, make sure you hit the like button on this video because it does some weird sciencey shit in the background of the YouTube algorithm and actually helps the video pop up in searches. And in turn, that helps the channel grow. Let's keep it going, 10k subs, here we come. Any and all support is super appreciated. Righto champions, let's take a gander at the build. 3-3, 3 reds, 3 blues, no skill tiers, sitting at 1.3mm armor. See, nothing overly special when it comes to making an SMG build. Again, the Coyote's mask and the shield improve the build but aren't essential. Especially if you're in a team, you don't need to be doubling up on the Coyote's mask. I did leave off my god tier Matador on this build just for something a little bit different. SMG builds like this are pretty flexible. For the specialization, it's Firewall. Like I said, I've opted to use the shield on this build in the DZ. Firewall is going to unlock the Striker shield for that bonus damage. We're also going to be getting that armor kit repairing 200% of our armor and health over 10 seconds, which is still super strong. If or when in a team, allies will deal 10% bonus damage to enemies within 10 meters of you. And Bull Rush, 30% bonus armor during a cover to cover. This is so handy when you get hit by those fire stickies. If you can, armor kit and then do a cover to cover and you will survive 99% of the time, even with no hazard protection. Pro tip, you're welcome. Now, for the gun that is so much fun and inspired this build and made me return to SMGs, the MP7. 950 RPM and a 40 round mag. Max SMG damage, crit hit chance, and damage to targets out of cover. Talent wise, I've gone with Optimist. Weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from your mag. So by the end of the mag, we're going to be getting 30% bonus weapon damage. Now, I think a lot of players overlook the MP7 because we're actually missing a mod slot. We can't put an extended mag on it. Shame, but even with my sputter aim, I was able to one-clip a lot of players. For the secondary, I've got the Tactical Vector here, another SMG with Optimist I was just trying out. Small mag size again, even after you put on an extended mag on this one though. So, unpopular opinion here, I'm not a fan of the Vector. Sorry, not sorry. For the pistol, we've got the DZ exclusive, the Orbit. Perfect finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of a kill grants us 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. You can proc this off killing skills, NPCs, players, but not wildlife anymore. Proccing this is what brings us up to that 255% crit hit damage. Righto champs, let's check out the rolls on the gear. Coyote's Mask, this one is maxed out. Now if you don't have this item, don't stress. If someone else in your team's already got a Coyote's mask and you're not required to have it equipped, don't stress. Like I mentioned before, you could swap this out for a Walker and Harris mask and it works fine, or even a Bellstone to add some regen to the build. The Talent Pack Instinct is giving us 25% crit hit damage to both us and our team while we fight within that 15 meter range. This is super strong. For the chest, I've gone with a Sokolov piece for that 10% SMG damage, max red rolls and a crit hit damage mod. Intimidate is the talent. While we have bonus armor, our weapon damage is amplified by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. Now, if you've got the Hunter Killer chest, with perfect Intimidate, you could use that for that 45% amplified damage. But every time I seem to put that piece on a build, I get heaps of viewers that mention that they don't have it, so therefore they can't make the build. So we're not going to use it on this one, so there's no stopping you this time. For the holster, I've gone with one piece improvised, and remember, you need to craft these bad boys. I love trying to fit these things into a build for that additional mod slot. We've got max armor, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and a crit hit damage mod. Very nice. Now the next two pieces are pretty much a staple of every damage based build in the game. Which does annoy me, but they are the best in slot, and you can farm these in the open world, so everyone should have these. We've gone with Fox's knee pads here, armor, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. And the Contractor's gloves, armor, crit hit damage, and that multiplicative 8% damage to armor. Both of these pieces work great on just about any build. For the backpack, I've gone with Grupo. A Matador can be used, but again, it can be hard for some players to get as it's a DZ exclusive. We get 15% crit hit damage from our brand set, max weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and another crit hit damage mod. Adrenaline Rush will give us 10% bonus armor per hostile within 10 meters, stacking 3 times, and this refreshes every 5 seconds. This is how we proc Intimidate. Righto champions, as always, skills are player preference, and for half of those opening clips I didn't even use any skills. But the best in slot for an up and close run and gun build in PvP is the shield. And using the striker shield will give us that bonus damage too, 11% per hostile. Is this additive or multiplicative damage? I don't know. If anyone's got a clue, let me know in the comments. And for the second skill, it's got to be that EMP sticky. The disrupt part of that is only half of it. It's the stagger that cost more players their lives. 9.6 seconds duration with no skill tiers or status rolls. That's pretty busted. Now for the fine print, heading over to the stat sheet, and with our glorious MP7. 60% crit hit chance, we're at the cap. 190% crit hit damage. Proc finisher to take us to 230% crit hit damage. And with the Coyote's mask active, that's maxing it out at a whopping 255% crit hit damage. Plus we've got that damage to armor and all that damage to targets out of cover. So yeah, this build paired with the MP7 has heaps of damage and is so much fun to use. I've really enjoyed logging in and running SMGs again, especially the MP7. Like I said before, it was one of my faves in Div 1 and it's now back at the top of the list for me in Div 2. What do you reckon? Are you going to be a freaking champion and try this build out? What modifications would you make to the build? Let me know down below. All the music on my channel is proudly brought to you by artlist.io. They're not a paid sponsor, it's just a website that I'm a member of, and their music is insanely good. It helps me and thousands of others create stunning videos with the best royalty-free music and sound effects. Artlist.io. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel. Make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.